Hello everyone, and welcome to new MCGE 25w16a snapshot update. In this week's snapshot, leads are now getting new mechanics for dryable entities on heavy gas. So, let's get started. Now starting for changes. We have a changed list mechanics. Lists are now rendered twice as stick to match Bedrock Edition. Lists can now be used to list two mobs together. Sneak interact on any mob while holding a bunch of listed mobs will list these mobs to the interacted entity, and you now cannot list anything to itself. If the releasing an entity would result in immediate list snapping due to distance, the releasing would not happen. Lists can be snipped from an entity when interacting them with sears. This applies to its own list connections as well as all entities attached to it. And dispensers can now snip lists from entities in front of them when they are equipped with sears. Improved list mechanics with reworked list basics allow for more stable list connection, especially when listed entities are not on ground. When dragged on the list, listed objects will now orientate themselves towards the lister. And using a firework rocket when flying with listed entities will now break the list connections. When listing an already listed mob, the current list will now snap and a player will release the object to yourself, and you cannot steal listed entities from other players. So moving on for interactions with list knot and fence blocks have changed. When interacting with a list knot or a fence block, if there are any player listed entities in range of the list knot, they will be released to the list knot or a fence block. In case of attaching of mobs fails, due to distance or there is nothing to attach, the player will now transfer all fence listed entities to itself. If there is nothing left attached to the list knot, it disappears. Sneak interact can only result in attaching of the player mobs to the fence, and interacting with sears or punching the list knot will result in all current connections broken. Boats and large mobs can be listed but cannot fit in the boat, like horse, donkey, mole, camel, and snipper can now be listed in a special for list configuration to the Happy Gas. Happy Gas will also present a custom layer when it's listing something using a quad connection, and listed and quad connection are now rendered without slack. List snapping distance has been changed from 10 to 12 blocks. The distance between centers of entities bounding boxes rather than their feet is used to determine the distance between two listed entities, and Happy Gas list is no longer with free roaming distance of 10 blocks and list snapping at 16 blocks. So moving on for other changes. Changed Elytra so that while gliding, using a firework will only be used as a boost even if placed on a block. Clouds now exist all the way to the horizon. And we have a reverted the fix for MC-101556 for nether portal teleport range is too large, equivalent to a full block. For technical changes and bug fixes are included in changelog on description below. And thank you so much for watching, everyone. Like, comment, and subscribe. And see you all to the next video, everyone.